Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the League of Dracula. This is the first stage, and this is a Group A match between Captain Gyro playing as the Hunters and Wyrmtalon playing as Dracula. And if you're a regular viewer on Met King's channel, this is not Met King talking, this is Scott Sword, but Met King is here. He's hosting, but I'm just doing the introduction for him.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you
hello,
very
Met King.
much for that.
No problem.
So, where is Helsing? I can't find him. He's not up in England.
Oh yeah, it's like a really weird visual bug that
Oh, there
if
he
you
is.
join into the match midway
Right.
through them picking their locations, you don't see them until their first turn. It's very weird.
Okay, so just the standard setup it looks like.
Yep. Yeah. Gyro just doing normal stuff. Nothing unusual.
Yeah, I think most games of this I've learned so far is just most games start this way. Especially for hunters, it's just draw cards, draw cards, draw cards.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
tickets at night. And do a bit of trading and well, that's a very early trade. Wow. Always do tickets with Gadami Night 1 because of just the way his privilege ability works. But, fair enough, clearly Gyro's got something going on.
Yep. In terms of cards, Mia's only got that Holy Circle currently. Yep. She's got
Oh,
horses and
nope.
another item now, plus the tickets. Let's see what they're talking about.
Oh, it was Mina who traded. Oh, right, okay, okay. Oh, that was a really quick turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even they're making fun of the opening.
That'll be the last thing I'll say. So this is for both these players. This is their first match. So it's I was saying in some of the other games I was spectating, it's all the group tables are even. Everyone's on 0 points. So it's all just endless possibilities. We'll see how it all pans out. Um, those of you who are regular viewers on my channel will know Captain Gyro. He's joined me for commentaries before. Wyrmtalon is kind of an unknown quantity to us, new member to the community, but you have an advantage over me here, Met King, because you know Wyrmtalon quite well. So, what can you
Yeah.
tell us about our Dracula player?
Well, I actually was the one who convinced her to pick up this game in the first place. So,
Oh, so it's your fault then.
yep. Yes, it's all my fault. Yeah. And he's actually been doing a lot of experimenting since I last played him, so I really don't know what he might be going for right now.
Ooh,
Yeah. He's
interesting.
seen what I've done, he's seen some of the tricks I pull, but what's he discovered since then is what I want to know.
Has he been practicing quite a lot for the league then, do you think?
Oh, he's been practicing more than I have. Though I've had a few real life obligations that have kind of blocked me from the most part. Well, all right, so he's using the misdirect I taught him about the
Mm-hmm.
first time. So, no surprise there, though.
No, no surprise there. There are some alternative strategies where you don't misdirect first. If you're going to potentially put down a couple of encounters and then wolf form, and you separate your first encounter and the wolf form location with a misdirect, just to make it harder to find. Plasma normally war when Dracula start in the center of the map, because there's a lot more possible locations they could wolf form to. But this is just standard stuff. Just get down as many encounters as possible. Maybe put down a rumor token tonight on the third encounter. But yeah, until the trailer's revealed, it's not
Yeah,
really much.
yeah. Somebody tells me this is going to be a pretty standard first week. Just everybody drawing cards and Dracula getting his first encounter off, potentially.
Yeah, potentially. In the games that I've been watching, newspaper reports has been drawn very early. It's actually been drawn on like the most optimal time when the encounter is on the third space. But maybe we won't get that tonight. Who knows? Who
Well,
knows?
well, right now we know Mia's got the speedy telegram and taking his first shot.
Swing and a miss.
Yep.
Two good locations to rule out though.
Let's see. Yeah, Gyro getting his horse economy up and running.
Yeah, especially since he's got a horse out. already, it's even more imperative that he gets this all set up.
Yeah. That's actually something I taught Wyrmtalon our first game together. I was actually able to get a perfect draw for horses every time.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
great when that happens. Horrible for Dracula, but great for the hunters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of work to set up. Once you get up and going, it's really good.
Yeah. I'm definitely have to remember the train with Mina to get tickets out faster. Something I wasn't doing that time.
Hmm. Oh, there's another trade going on. So that's 2 trades between Mina and Gadami in the first 3 days. Clearly some item stuff, or maybe train tickets are awkward.
Well, kept the
Hmm.
item, kept the horse at least. It looks like.
Yeah, I think once you get it on Mina, it's revealed because the thing is, Gadami can supply double, so the chance are that it'll be Gadami who draw. I know Mina could draw the horse, but Gadami. Oh,
Dark call.
interesting. That's now a couple of players who've done Dark Hole early, but has 2 in. I wonder if this is a hide. This screams hide to me. Um,
Yeah.
I was watching a game the other day where it was first encounter, then Dark Hole, and then hide, because I think the Dracula player wanted to get a good encounter for the hide card, for hide position.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. Dark Hole's not really meta, but you got
Yeah.
players coming in who don't maybe know the meta so well, and they're doing these more unpredictable things, and it's kind of cool. I like it.
Well, uh, actually, I remember the first time I played against him, I did the Cagliari hide, and that threw him off pretty badly.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
And then
Yeah.
he tried against somebody else, I don't remember who, and he suggested using even more cards to stay on Cagliari longer, such as Dark Call, so you might be doing a variation of that, as you said.
Yeah, you wouldn't start on Cagliari because you can't put down an encounter and misdirect it. It could be Ireland, potentially. You can do Cagliari later in the game. You can go there and hide and do other stuff. But this
I,
could still be Ireland.
and
So,
knowing Wyrmtalon, though, I don't think it's Ireland. I'd be surprised if it was.
oh, that's an evil presence.
But he's
I
not next to
didn't.
anybody, so he's not in Spain.
That's really important to know. I'm completely spaced out when on those second hide scouts, but they obviously didn't hit. So,
Yeah.
it's the only problem when I'm in the commentary booth. I become lazy. I don't pay attention to it as much as I do when I'm actually having to play.
And
We have
unfortunately,
to
I
pick
missed
up.
them too because I thought you got them.
Oh, you cannot rely on me to pick them up. So yeah,
Well,
that's right. No problem.
hey, learning something new every twice this stream. I think I'm doing good. Another trade from Van Helsing.
Yeah, event trading. So normally this occurs when either there is like a special event, like a hunter specific event that needs to get traded across, or if Gadami was full of events. Yeah, so Gadami was full. He had 3 and Van Helsing had 2 before. Now Van Helsing's picked up 1 because when Gadami supplies, he's going to pick up a hunter event, and he doesn't want to discard 1 potentially. If you've got something like a long night or a blood transfusion, you don't really care about discarding it. But if it's decent events, you want to try and distribute them across. You don't have to discard them.
Yeah.
Um,
Warren was actually bragging me a few games ago that he actually pulled off a blood transfusion.
oh, did he?
Yeah,
Wow.
just because he could, he said.
You should really get an achievement for it because it's just.
Right.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe he just had bad luck getting early vampires.
Possibly, but I don't know how I feel about placing rumor token on it because it's
Yeah,
gonna take so long for
I
this to
like to wait
mature.
for. Yeah, I like to wait just in case it gets popped early. I can just hold on to my room token for later.
Yeah,
I
just
actually
throw
had
them all down later
Yeah,
on.
one game actually had all 3 of them drop down in 1 week just to make sure it went off.
It's not a bad tactic. I've done it a few times. As long as you can get to that point in the game and survive long enough, it can really work. And the Huns are really stuck in this awkward situation where do I really give up 7 points really close to the 4th week, or do I try and jump on Dracula? Oh, there's a Heavenly Host in the discard pile. Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
There's
Oh,
the
there's
newspaper.
newspaper. Oh, it's not a hide. Ah, interesting. Okay.
Nice. 9.
Yeah. So probably this heavily hosted the discard pile is very interesting. Um, Probably Amsterdam then. If we were to take a guess, it might not be. Um, he's only one away from Brussels, but the problem is that could be Strasbourg, and Strasbourg is a pretty decent wolf form location if Wyrmtalon wants to wolf form. Um,
Yeah, I'm not surprised he started Central Europe though. Sometimes I like to do the Eastern Europe. That's how I first played against him. But Central Europe was actually the first place I ever went, and Quincy chased me down pretty badly there.
yeah, you get cornered very fast, but the good thing with Central Europe, there's a lot of different connections. You can fool the hunters around.
Yeah.
Whereas East is more choreographed, but it's harder to get to. It's kind of like that trade-off again.
Yeah.
Ah, I think Aggie in play.
Mr. Agatha.
Decent start for Gyro here. It'd be interesting if he moves Mino. The problem is, if it is Amsterdam, Amsterdam's kind of hard to get to in 2 days with Seward, unless he has a good rail connect. If he has a good rail ticket and then fast horses, or like a sense of emergency. Mina's got 3 moves, so she could get there.
Amsterdam.
Ooh, he used it to search. That's really maybe a surprising return.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And here go the horses.
There go the horses. So clearly he's feeling very confident about his economy. If that's all set up. Hmm.
So far, just 4 Dracula events at discard, so
Yeah.
20 out of 55 for Night Supply, but obviously it's way too early to really be thinking of that.
Sorry, we've had 5 days, so it's 4 out of 20. Yeah, that's. Why is basic maths failing me? Yeah, 1 in 5. Yeah, that's below what you'd expect. So yeah, the deck is more weighted with Dracula events. I don't think Gyro's really in a position where he needs to night supply here. Um, got rid of the holy bullets.
Yeah, really wish I could open up the discard pile while this was being done.
Yeah, that's the only issue. Yeah, but it's a pop up. Yeah. 2 holy bullets. Garlic reef, Gyro. Come on, stop discarding the garlic reef.
Well, I guess he's just not very feeling like Italian today.
No, maybe he's just keeping the normal garlic, perhaps. Interesting to see what Dracula does here. He's now kind of cornered somewhat. Is he going to go to sea early and then go to the UK to keep Van Helsing from coming across, or is he going to just keep making his way through the centre? You have to go to Cologne.
Yeah. Cologne, unless he wolfs out.
Just. Oops.
Yeah, he's wolfing out.
This is I'm just letting you know it's a league game, so there's no chat. Interesting. Okay. Not sure how I feel about the wolf form, but okay.
Well, honestly, I kind of expected he'd start. But like I said, he's still, as much as he's been practicing, he's still a newer player. I kind of expected him to panic at that point.
Hmm. I think that's the thing for all Dracula players out there. You can, if you're against the meta hunter strategy that we use here, where we're just supplying, you are going to be found in the first week. Don't panic about it. Oh wow, 2 newspaper reports. God, the newspaper's been very happy, very trigger happy in the first few games. Oh, he knows his entire trail basically. The wolf form locations are a little bit limiting, but if Dracula's able to escape, if he's gone to Strasbourg and he's able to sneak his way down into it, into Italia, or he might be able to evade the hunters for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should be able to mop up these encounters. I'm not sure what we're waiting on here.
That's kind of, I was beginning to worry if I was up. There's a surprising return.
Hmm. Unless he's going to do it to search. I don't know how. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but everyone's going to have their own ways of doing things, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, there was one thing I actually noticed in that game I mentioned about Cagliari. I tried to wolf form hide on there, but it wouldn't let me.
Hmm.
Using the search. And speedy telegraph.
Ooh.
And renewed vigor.
Alright, I'm just gonna. I'll warn them of the bug. But it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, this is very interesting that you've got Gyro here playing a very, very early
Yeah. Going
renewed
full
vigor.
aggro on this one.
Yeah. That's Mina moving, so he must be in Strasbourg, right? It was either that or 21. I mean, I guess if he can get onto Dracula, Gadami could potentially be there. Oh, he's in Strasbourg then. Either that or Le Havre.
Yeah, that's actually
Hmm.
where I was thinking he might go 51. But
It'd given the most options anyway. Oh, can't get there.
not the perfect.
Nope.
But I can
Nope.
still kind of hurt Dracula a bit.
He can certainly move to something like Zurich, number 60, and block Dracula. If Dracula is indeed in 51, it restricts his movement a little bit. He can't go into Zurich, which is a nice place to go. He'll be forced to commit to go to 41, where he could get caught quite easily, or to 24. Harassment on the trail. Yeah, I get that move too. I think that's
Yeah,
okay.
just try to block his east movement.
Yeah, because he can't get to Munich from Strasbourg, so they can easily check 1624 tomorrow. Hmm. I thought he would have. Hmm. Okay. Because he used yeah, he used his aggro to search, didn't he? Yeah. Oh, he's supplying. Hmm.
What items does Stewart have in his hand?
He has no events though. He must have had all the discardable ones.
Right, so he's
The
going to
Surprising
Paris.
Return, Speedy Telegraph, Mina Had. He must have had Renewed Vigor and Surprising Return. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. He has to do all these encounters.
We're not ambushing him, so I don't think it's an Astro Vamp.
No, probably not. The fact he's got a rumor token behind it.
Yeah.
Unless he's trying to bait him onto a fighting vampire. This is the thing. When I've played against Captain Gyro, he's normally been Dracula. So I actually don't know much about his hunter gameplay. So this is actually very fascinating to see him.
Yeah, I typically play Dracula more, so I'm a bit more leaning towards that experience. So, not sure what Worm's doing with Paris. I think it might be a dud thing. He just kind of had to drop to try and get his
Yeah,
hand
or
started moving.
could be a hoax as well,
Probably.
which isn't a bad thing to mature if it did. Um, oh, found him, but it's Van Helsing on his own. But he has got another action though.
Yep. But
So
the
Van
Dracula's
Helsing,
got a jar of dirt.
this is going to be interesting. What Gyro does is he going to, because he's got one action left with Van Helsing. So is he going to trade something like an escape route? Is he going to stay on the spot and fight? Is he going to move out to somewhere like Nantes, for example, to block him? The problem is he's used the excellent weather now, so he can't. If Dracula escapes to the UK, the hunter movement's going to be slow to get over there. Have any host? Well, at least he's not revealing it anyway. He might have one, but he's not revealing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about the host right now anyway. It's going to take a long time for that dirt to go off.
Yeah, but also I'm thinking a hunter strategy is oh, he's staying in place. He wants to fight. That's really interesting. You kind of need Aggie in this fight. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Hunters might not reveal the Heavenly Host because they want to use it in the fight against Dracula. And they don't want Dracula to know they've got one. Especially if he's got planned ambush, this might go quite well.
Let's see what Dr. Van Helsing's got planned.
What's he got for items? He has 2 combat items on top of his normal things. Yeah. And the planned ambush. So if he has got a Heavenly Host, he's got quite a lot of flexibility here of what he does.
Well, it is planned ambush, so.
Oh. That's an interesting choice. I'm not quite sure why you would dodge that. Maybe just escape instead. If you, if you want to stay in the fight, maybe he has only got 2. Maybe he has only got 2 weapons, and he just. I think he's got a gun. Yeah.
He's got a pistol.
Yeah, the fact that he was dodging the strength just screams weapon.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what kind of weapon, though. Now.
But maybe, maybe Wyrmtalon didn't have anything good in his hand. If that was the only, realistic card he was going to play there.
Yeah. Seems like he might have a weak hand, but he can escape now if he wants.
Yep. There is a risk that Van Helsing
right now might be pretty good.
It would be because he gets his wolf form back, but Van Helsing might have another weapon, which he does. So if Wyrmtalon had escaped bat in his hand, he was right not to play it. Yeah. Okay. So Van Helsing actually generally doesn't have a heavily host. He has 2 guns, which is good for Van Helsing. He's more susceptible to claw attacks. But now Wyrmtalon can escape because he's just used the rifle. So if he has escaped his bat, use it now. You get your wolf form back. Yeah, you're going to be down on health a little bit. But there's no Aggie, no Sister Agatha, so he's not going to get hurt by escaping his bat.
Yeah, plus this game is bad is also going to start giving some distance he needs.
Yeah, exactly.
He's pretty surrounded.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the question is also, does he have one of the 2 in his hand? No, just go for the mesmerized bite. Yeah.
The thing is, if he did fang Van Helsing there, then the combat would end and he'd be in place. He would get a little bit of health back, but they'd still be in Le Havre. I don't know if Dracula wants that. It all depends on what Dracula wants to do here. Because now he can't escape his bat because he could play rifle. If he has another fangs, maybe this is the time to play fangs, or to play a strength, maybe.
I was pretty sure Van Helsing was going to dodge because even if its fangs are bad, he can't do anything about He can't do anything about the bat, but he can always dodge fangs.
Yeah, that's true.
Strength, breaking the pistol.
Oh, so it doesn't break the rifle. So Dracula definitely can't escape his bat now. Well, he could if Van Helsing doesn't pick rifle, but surely Van Helsing he just pick rifle.
Yeah.
Both strengths are used. The worst case scenario is that he fangs. Van Helsing taking 1 bite isn't the end of the world.
Well, it's been too long since Mesmerize has played, so he's not going to get a bite token.
He would. Yeah, he would get a bite token. Mesmerize stays on there permanently. Hey, okay, so he does get the bite. Okay, so that's 1 influence for Dracula. Van Helsing being bitten isn't too consequential because he's got a strong will.
Yeah. But he'll have force him to reveal card at all times now.
Yeah.
He's got good luck revealed.
And he already lost the pistol, so I don't know what this other thing is then. Maybe it's a stake. See, but it's not holy bullets. He would have used holy bullets if it was. So yeah, that's probably a
Yep,
stake that Van
stake.
Helsing's got. And that's somebody else.
But it's not bodyguards.
Oh, that's Seward. Yeah, so Seward's got a stake and a rifle. So that's important information to know. Well, that was an okay fight. He got an influence point. Technically, Dracula didn't take any damage because he took 2, then he healed it, but he did escape his bat. Van Helsing lost an item. Yeah, it was. I don't know.
Yeah, he can't go back to
It all
9,
depends
so
on
he's
what
either
Dracula
down to
does from here.
42 or 39 now, unless he wants to go swimming.
Yeah. He might honestly go swimming. The fact that Van
Yep,
Helsing's
he's going swimming.
over with excellent weather, I think honestly that's not a bad move. He's got time to do stuff in the UK. Because the only one who's realistically going to be able to follow him is Van Helsing. Mina might be able to, but then she's got a vampire to deal with in Amsterdam first.
Well, there's also something in Brussels. Probably not a vampire,
Yeah,
but still something.
yeah, but Seward or Godalming can go and deal with that. So yeah, whichever hunters go across, are going to take a little bit of time, and I'll give Dracula time to lay down maybe a couple of vampires. Especially knows that Van Helsing does. Oh, Van Helsing has a stake. So, well, we think he has a stake, and just yeah, get a little feed potentially. So it that could have gone way worse for Dracula. There's no Rufus Smith in play, so that'll make him leaving the UK a bit easier. At least I find this is something when I was learning to play hunters, and sometimes I still don't get it right. The UK is a very awkward location for hunters to deal with because it's very, very easy to overcommit or undercommit. Um, because you got that sea barrier, and unless you got excellent weather, you can't get across very quickly. And you're always a little like, oh, I don't want to send too many hunters, but then it's always like you don't send enough, or one dies, or something. So if Wyrmtalon's got a plan, this might work out pretty well for him. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So Gadami can head across to North Sea tomorrow without having to deal with Amsterdam. Hunters are very undersupplied in terms of events. Even though not many, he got a lot of events in the beginning, he's used a lot of them. The excellent weather, the planned ambush, renewed vigor is probably the most vital. Sister Agatha's in the discard pile. If only that was in that fight, Jack would be 2 damage down even more. So in terms of events, yeah, the hunters are a little bit lacking here. And because now they're going to have to commit moves to the UK.
And it looks like Worm's not going to be ambushing very much. Let the hunters do all the work
Yeah,
for him.
yeah, that's kind of the meta way to play Dracula. And there are obviously occasions where you would want to do it before a fight, for example. In this case, in the Harvey, it was good to do it because it would try to ascertain if they had heavily host or not, and also if he escaped his bat, then the encounter gets cleared, so at least you got some value out of it. But normally, yeah, you just want the hunters to spend their night actions to do stuff. It's more. You're taking away more hunter actions. Okay.
We seem to have survived the bug this time.
Yep. It doesn't happen very often, but just in case. It's just to make. It's also just to keep people being aware that there is a bug with Speedy Telegraph and just to be careful with it. That's all. Okay. I guess, yeah, he's going to probably send either Seward or Van Helsing to Amsterdam because they're the ones with the stake. Maybe Mina has heavily host, so she's going to deal with Le Havre, but then that'll mean that Dracula gets even more encounters. And if they're dealing with all this, they're not dealing with Dracula. If only Godalming is going across to deal with Dracula, then Dracula might be quite happy with that.
As he said, this also comes down to what's Wyrmtalon planning to do.
Yeah,
Does he
absolutely.
plan to does he plan to do the England play, or is he gonna try going to the North Atlantic and try and play Pirate Dracula for a bit?
The fact he got hurt from the Dark Call and then the Wolf form, I probably reckon he won't do that, but he might. River Smith isn't in play, so he's not going to get punished as much for it. Um,
He does still have his feet as well to regen for a bit in
yeah,
emergency, but I don't see that coming to play till like towards the end of the game.
I think if I was Wyrmtalon, I would land in the UK here, dot about in London and Swansea and Liverpool, put down a couple of like really awkward, encounters, maybe even potentially do like a double vampire play feed, and then leave just as the hunters are committing into you. Leave out the other side on the Irish Sea, and then you can wolf form potentially if the timing's right. You can wolf form inland from the North Atlantic, for example, and then the hunters are stuck in this awkward area. They got potentially, double vampire to deal with,
Yeah,
but they got to
fog
chase
would also
Dracula on
be a
land again.
yeah fog would also be pretty powerful if you can time it right.
Oh, good play. Oh, it's dogs then. It's not even a stake. So Seward's the only one with stake right now, by the looks of it. There are no stakes in the discard pile though. Good
Yep.
use of dogs.
Well, someone deserved a biscuit tonight.
Mhm.
Oh, he's staying at sea.
Oh, he's kept going. Interesting. Okay, so going against my train of thought. Right, I'm very interested to see what he does with this.
North Sea at North Atlantic. I'm leaning towards North Atlantic. He's probably wouldn't want to go where Godalming's hanging around.
Well, the
Uh,
alternative is maybe he goes to North Sea and hopes that Godalming follows him. He lands in Edinburgh, the same, and then Godalming follows him in, and he traps him in fog, and he does combat with him. But Godalming's the tankiest one, and he's been supplying a lot. He's probably quite strong.
so Stewart's got the stake on him, so he's probably going to be heading up to Amsterdam now. Yep, there he goes.
Yeah. So if Wormtown realizes that, he should ambush. Oh, or
Uh,
maybe can't ambush. Maybe it's an aristocratic.
yep. Yeah, it's never fun when you don't have a reckless vamp in your hand.
I mean, the advantage of going 2C spaces
Unless
is
he's
his.
just playing an absolute massive bluff right now.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I don't think he's bluffing, but
The
I would
fact he
not put
knows
it
that.
past him knowing how he plays D&D as a DM.
I mean, the fact Seward showed us. Oh, now that's very interesting. We know exactly where Dracula is. He is in North Atlantic, as you said. Now I wonder if Gyro realizes that. That's come up in my videos before, but in my very early videos, I wonder if Gyro knows that. So basically, what's happening here is because Sud and Gadami are on the North Sea ports.
It
If
would be
Dracula
considered
was in North
adjacent.
Sea, it would be considered adjacent. So we know exactly where he is. He's in North Atlantic. So the fact he's moved a second sea space to sort of, hide his location a bit more actually hasn't worked.
Yep.
It's a bit of a shame. Um,
So, is he going to try the tricky Irish backdoor, or is he going to try and jump back on the mainland? Or is he going to keep sailing? Alright. It seems like Gyro's realized it. So he's blocked off 39.
mm-hmm. There's only 8 he could go to. He can't wolf form. So if he lands now, there's only 2 places he could be.
I know I told Worm that you can wolf onto land, so he does know that his options cut off for that.
Ah, okay. Oh no, but it's the fact that wolf form's already on the trail. That's the thing. If
I'm just saying he also knows that he could have wolfed on if he still had it.
yeah, okay, but that's good to know then. Yeah, it's a really nice trick to know. He can't do that, so he has to have to move again, or he has to land.
He said, at this point, I'd probably say try for the Irish backdoor. forced commitment to Atlantic and then try to run back in. But depending on how long that takes, now he's lost the English Channel, so his only
Yeah,
way out would be the North Sea for a while.
if he can stay in Ireland long enough, he'll be able to go into Irish Sea, then go back to North Atlantic again. But if the hunters realize it and move there really fast and force him off, he'll be trapped and he'll be forced to move into the rest of Britannica. So it's a bit of a risky move.
Yeah, honestly, I think he's going to try going for South Atlantic and then try to land on Spain.
Yeah, that's the fact that evil
And then
presence
start the
triggered. That's
Madrid
probably
Grand Prix.
yeah. But then the problem is Gyro doesn't know. Has he gone South Atlantic or has he gone Irish Sea? And he's potentially landing in Ireland and doing stuff, or then the timing would be right. Or he could be in the mainland UK or in Spain. He would have to split up his hunters to find out, unless he has a money trail. So maybe, yeah, the fact that evil presence triggered, maybe you're right. Just commit to a third sea space. Um,
Yep, he's going to consecrate.
wow.
So he's blocked off the North Sea.
Oh,
Stuart's got a heavenly host. He's blocked off Ireland.
why
Helsing's got one.
Edinburgh?
He's going to block off 8, I'm sure.
What? Oh, why is he blocking off Edinburgh? Oh, I don't think Gyro's realised how evil presence works. Why would you put it in Edinburgh? Unless he's hoping to force him into Irish Sea and then...
Well,
Oh no, he's...
like I said, we know he's in North Atlantic, but again, we probably have the advantage of the fact we're not actually having to think through all these steps. We can talk to each other.
Yeah.
He has to do all
I
this
don't know...
cold, and there's the vamp.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's put the CG token to play Consecrate Ground so early. This is a big win for Wyrmtalon, actually. The fact he's in North Atlantic and the Hunters have now used Consecrated Ground. They've committed so early to playing it. I would have waited for him to land and then play it.
Plus, he now has the information of who's got the heavenly hosts to bite for.
Yep, if he was able to see who played them, I wasn't paying attention.
That would be Stuart and Helsing.
Oh, okay. Good. Oh no. Oh, Van Helsing must have supplied to get it. Because he didn't have it before because he had the dogs. He's got a third item. Right. Right. He supplied to get a Heavenly Host. That means he might go back and do a Le Havre now, so then Dracula doesn't heal. I probably would. In fact, he's committing to sea. Okay, he's moved to third sea space.
Yeah,
Alright,
he's got to be
interesting.
in South Atlantic now.
Yeah. England, oh, sorry, Britannica's a bit of a death trap now because of that CG token in Edinburgh. That's probably the only advantage putting it there. If Dracula was able to wait long enough in the UK, he might have been able to escape from English Channel. And he might not need the route from Edinburgh. So yeah, in my opinion, a waste of consecrated ground, unless there's something I'm missing. So I'd say actually now, weirdly, the game's now swung back in Dracula's favour.
Like I said, it's probably the fact that I know Wyrmtalon that's giving me the fact that I know he went to South Atlantic. Like, if he went to Irish Sea, I'd be surprised.
But this is the perfect time to bluff, right? The fact there's a CG token in Edinburgh. No Dracula in their right mind would go to the Britannica now, right? So that's maybe why he does go to Britannica. Um,
he's still got to clear out 29. That still has something on it.
Yeah. We know there's a couple of Heavenly Hosts kicking about. So Seward's really unsupplied. So they can easily deal with that in time. It'd be really good for Dracula if they left it to mature. That's basically a free feed.
Well, that's 6 of the Dracula cards accounted for, 7 if you include the one on top of the deck.
So that's 6, 7, so it's 7 out of 50.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not very good odds at all. Yeah, you don't want a nice supply.
Looks like Helsing's going to deal with the dirt.
Yep, so he's going to give him 3 more encounters, but he stops him from healing, which I think is the right decision.
Yeah. Especially since we're playing for points now, and Dracula's health will play an effect in that.
Absolutely. But also just for the overall game anyway, right? If you're trying to get the win as the Hunters, the fact that...
Yeah, essentially, he's just dealt 3 damage to Dracula.
Yeah, that's like the way to think about it. Yeah. And now Dracula's going to have to feed if he does want that health back, whereas maybe he wouldn't need to feed. Or he could have done Desecrated Soil, Mature, and feed. So yeah, Dracula's options now are a little bit more limited because of that.
Yeah. Well, he's lost about just under half his health so far. He's got 8 out of 15 left. Yep, Mina's going to start heading towards Spain.
Yep.
Like I said, it's one of the bad habits of mine. I like to go to Spain when I get the chance. So I always like to call going around Madrid the Madrid Grand Prix.
There's a lot of options, but the thing is that if you go to Spain, you're almost saying to yourself, I'm going to have to leave by sea again.
And Rufus Smith has not been accounted for yet, so that could always pop up at the worst time.
Indeed. Absolutely. Or we could have something like, I don't know if you saw, I did a game between Warcraft and Ondra, and Dracula basically got caught in a way that, I mean, Warcraft was able to kill him, but even if he didn't kill Dracula, Dracula had no way out, because if he went to sea, he would die, basically. So yeah, Spain can be quite a death trap sometimes. Draculas can often just overstay there.
Yeah, I tend to try to avoid it unless I feel like I've got the health to be able to run back to sea after I'm done.
Sure. If you run into Spain,
or just completely saturate the entire country with vampires.
Well, that's a perfectly valid option. Then you leave to sea, and then something the hunters have to do with all these encounters in an extremity location. Then, meanwhile, in 3 sea spaces, you're all the way over, in Athens or something. They can't catch you in time. If you go into Spain by land, I think it's okay. Then you leave by sea. But if you're going from the sea to Spain and you have no opportunity to feed, and then you have to leave by sea again, oh, it feels terrible.
Right, well, Dracula just landed again, so I'm willing to bet he's in 31, if I'm thinking correctly. He wouldn't want to stop in 47, that's too close to Mina. 31, again, she can horse over to him, potentially. We know she's got horses. So he's probably landed in 12. Cadiz.
Yep.
Or how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Cadiz, yeah. But then, potentially, he might want to do it in 31, because if Mina's isolated, he might be able to kill her. Yeah. And then he could do stuff where he goes to Madrid, and then he goes into Cadiz, and Cadiz is a hard location for hunters to get into to jump onto Dracula. You need horses, or sense of emergency. You can't, there's no rail line. Yeah. Whereas if he goes to Cadiz now, he's having to move onto a rail line. Yeah. Next turn, which is maybe not what he wants to do. But he's going to have to move away from the South Atlantic coast anyway, assuming he is there. But, probability says he will be there.
Yeah. Actually, it might be kind of funny if he did land in 47 and hopes Mina just horses right over him.
Well, that is something else that can happen. Yep.
I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be funny if it did.
All right, Kodami's got a good ticket.
Okay, start cutting off the exit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just block him in. Problem is 47 is not great, because even if you do get in a fight, you need to make it worthwhile to kill Mina, otherwise. Then where do you go after that? You can't go to 8, because 8 is just too easy to be closed in by everybody else. Um,
And now we play the thinking game.
yeah, he's trying to think long and hard about this move.
Right.
I wonder if he was contemplating the idea of maybe that he is actually in Britannica.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but since he went for horses, he's probably decided to go to Spain.
Yeah, he can't go far, but not's fine. Just imagine if Wyrmtalon has actually gone into the UK.
Yeah, if he did, I would have been incredibly surprised. It would have. So,
It'd be very impressive. Oh, very good gyro. He's going to scan to find out. So he's not going to overcommit too much into Spain. He can just find out tonight where Dracula is.
yeah.
And then he can plan it from there. Good move. It's just too easy for Mina to do something else, like, as you said, to horse to 31 or to go to Madrid. Just the fact they set up for a psychic scan, that's the good, safe play. So yeah, well played by Gyro there.
Yep. And if it turns out I'm wrong, we will know for certain he's in England, and Van Helsing is right there. Stewart's right there. Yep, he's in Iberia.
Yeah. Now maybe as Dracula, he might be panicking.
Anakin, I'm panicking. I don't have a planikin.
Is Wyrmtalon a character, do you think, who is easily succumbs to stress?
Sometimes, yes.
Ah, okay.
I think he's probably be like, okay, what do I do now? Like I said, I was able to follow him into here easily, and he was actually kind of worried about Gyro before he even started. Yeah. Oh, he did land at
Oh,
47.
oh. And that's now interesting because I doubt he's gone to Bordeaux, but he might have done. So imagine Mina had moved on. I've also noticed that Wyrmtalon has been putting down layers. I don't know, is he aware of how layers work?
I think I
Um,
taught him once, but he might not be really incorporating them yet into his playstyle.
okay, that's right.
Only one game I've played I've really done layering myself.
There's a lot of advanced stuff you can do with layers and returning to them and whatnot, but just the basic use of them is just to cycle out bad encounter cards out of your hand. Just to make, so you can get the best encounters you can into your hand to be played on your trail. Um, so it's just something I'd recommend all Dracula players to do.
Right, so Dalming tried to escape, but got mesmerized.
And Godalming
So I'm
only
pretty
has
sure.
one combat item.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wyrmtalon's going to go for the bite now.
Yep. I mean, it's worth a go just to try and get the influence. Yeah, Godalming only has one combat item, so it could be a knife.
Strength.
Oh, that's
Maybe he doesn't
well,
have
that's
it.
yeah. Maybe he doesn't have it, and also, or maybe he feared the knife. Yeah, strength is a good play. You could do something here now. You fang as Godalming escapes, but Godalming isn't revealing anything.
So he's only got one combat item, he said?
Yeah, from the information screen, the way it counts the cards, I can see you got the 3 basic cards: dodge, escape, and punch, and then
Whatever weapons you
whatever.
actually have.
Yeah. So
So he's
the
probably got a
total.
lot of utility items in his pocket, like
Yeah.
steak and a dog. Plus, we know he has a horse.
Oh, no
Uh,
fangs.
yeah,
Maybe just,
probably
maybe
just
just
didn't
didn't
draw
draw it.
it.
Yeah, and that can happen. But he's done full damage to good army, which is good. But yeah, as you said, he's probably got stake here. It's probably stake, horse, and
Yeah,
then a weapon that we have no idea about.
yeah. Gyro was able to hide his weapon, so
Yep, that's very important. Yep. So that vampire's going to get staked. Um,
so he's either in 31 or 34. Pretty sure he's sticking to the coast right now.
he could be an 8.
Wait,
I doubt it. I think 34 is better because it gives him the option to get to the Mediterranean coast if he needs to escape. If he goes to 31, he's actually really far away from that. But I guess his wolf form's coming back up, so he could do like 31-12 and then wolf form to Alicante, number 1. Yeah,
yeah,
he's got some options. He's got some options.
yeah.
The thing's like, it's only Mina.
Oh, he did do for 8.
Oh wow!
He
So
did try to
he's gonna
slip
get
out the back. Oh, he had bats though.
caught in a 2v1 now. Assuming Mina can get there. Oh, this could be curtains for Dracula if he rolls well.
Nope, got the
Oh, he
1.
does it! Wow, slow
Yeah.
horse is coming to the rescue here. But we know Van Helsing's tooled up. He has a heavy hose. He has a gun.
He
And
has that rifle, he said.
yep. And you told me that he revealed a heavenly host for consecrated ground.
Yep, he still has his rifle revealed in surprising return.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he has
planned
another
ambush.
planned ambush. That's 2 of them. If he has surprising return, I would have got Sister Agatha back in. Oh no, no, it's dusk. He could have done. Huh.
Alright,
Oh, I
so
didn't see.
we know he's got the
Planned.
Heavenly Host, so Dracula should go for the bite just to prevent that, the damage on that.
Yes, I would say
Since
so
it's
because
planned ambush.
the worst he's going to take for the gun is 2.
Yep,
Yep,
there's the fangs.
yep. In this situation, this is worth because now, yeah,
The
Van
planned
Helsing just
ambush is
dodged
burned.
this. Yeah, because Mesmerize does nothing because he can heavy host it if he plays Strength. You know, Dracula's quite low health here, so Van Helsing will just take the risk and play heavily host.
There wouldn't be a risk since that was his planned ambush round. If he strengthed it, then just change it to your Heavenly Host. You're gonna eat the 2 damage anyway. Take half
Yeah,
Dracula with him.
yeah, exactly. Now what does he do? Now this is where the mind games come in. Is Dracula going to play a strength to break the weapon? Is he going to play the second fangs to get the heavenly host? Oh, can't replay claws because you know he's got a rifle plus something out. No, no, that's it. Oh, I wouldn't play that.
Oh, clawed the host. Maybe he didn't have the fangs.
Possibly. Well,
He's
they've
still gonna
both
deal
done
4
4.
damage to Helsing, so half each of their health.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely worse for Dracula, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Hunter's health is more expendable. Yeah, absolutely. If he can get a kill here, he doesn't really want to bite Van Helsing. He wants to kill it to try and make this worthwhile.
Yeah, Claw would finish him off, but he's still got that rifle.
Yeah. Fortunately, he can't. He could use the bats to push him into the vampire Santander, but Kadami's probably going to stake the vampire before the bats trigger on Van Helsing, so then they're not going to be there anymore. He might be able to kill him here.
Go for the strength. Yeah. So he's got punch, escape, and rifle as his options now.
Yep. And Dracula, who knows?
He's used 1 bite, 1 claw, and 1 strength so far.
Sometimes it's Dracula, that's all you're going to get.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like you have to try and escape his bat. Or do you just take the loss on the chin and just try and get as many points as you can? Oh, well,
Breaking
well
the
played,
rifle.
Dracula. Breaking the rifle. He might be able to kill Van Helsing now if he has 2 aggressive cards in his hand. He might be able to kill him. Unless it's a great strength. That's something else we have to respect.
Yeah.
But again, maybe Gyro doesn't have it. Fangs would be, if he can kill Van Helsing
Well,
with
if he's
Fangs,
got
that'd be the best
claws, he
option.
could definitely kill.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Assuming the
Unless,
claws go through, obviously.
yeah, if there's no dodge. But
Even
Fangs
with
would be the
great
best.
strength, claws would go through it. Oh, he's escaping.
Oh, and he punched. Oh my god.
Probably thought he was
Okay.
going to mesmerize him.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I didn't get the kill on Van Helsing, but just. Um,
Honestly, I thought he probably should have just gone for the kill at that point, but
maybe he had 3 escapes and 2 plottings. Which is
well,
not
the only person who can
inconceivable.
answer our question is not here, so
Yeah, we'll have to find out afterwards.
yeah, I'll be sure to ask him.
I mean, the good thing about all this. Oh, he's got a sense of emergency. Van Helsing. Not surprised return. Okay. Right. Well, the good thing about this, like, Van Helsing's really weak, and he's got no items, so he's not a threat. Dalming is a little bit behind Dracula, so that's. I mean, it has no events, but maybe it doesn't matter. They can just get. If they can just close in on him, that might be it. Yeah,
There's
deals
that
with the
stake on the
vampire.
vampire.
That makes perfect sense. So now Van Helsing isn't at risk from the bats.
Yeah, bats will still eat up some time, and
Yeah, but rather that than getting pushed into a night ambush with a vampire.
yeah, I get the feeling he went to 24, but that's just me guessing where Dracula
Yeah,
went.
I think that. I mean, maybe his only chance here is if he can. If he moves to say like 60 this turn, and then wolf forms, he might then be able to outrun the hunters just enough to get to the castle to get some health back. But then he might get surrounded too quickly. That's the only thing that could happen.
Yeah, we're
It's,
still pretty early in the game. We're not even at week 2 yet.
yeah, we're about halfway through
Wait,
until Fear of Dracula kicks in. It's Thursday, week 2.
yeah, Muden was 54 actually.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's a small city, so he can't supply up. He's gonna have to move off it and then supply, so it slows him down. I mean, he could have pushed him back. Also, I probably would have pushed him back into Santander.
Yeah, 47 would have been what I did.
Yeah,
It's also a small city, and
it's further away from him. Assuming he did go to 24. But the fight's so low health, I think you just have to run for the castle, just try and run out the clock.
yeah,
The hunters might get impatient and jump onto you too quickly, and you might be able to capitalize from it. So yeah, let's say he takes the most direct route to the castle. So that's Thursday night. Let's say he's moving to Zurich. Wolf forms. So that's Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. He can be in the castle by Monday night. He's still got a week to hold out. Plus, then
Dracula
to
actually
get
layered.
that's good. Just get that
He's starting to get
counter
deeper
combat.
enough into his deck that he can start getting rid of some cards he doesn't like.
Yeah, it's very possible he just had all good cards, so there's nothing you want to discard after that Dark Hole, which is understandable.
Yeah, it's actually the first time I actually layered a vampire in number 50, Sophia.
That's quite a nice little strategy if you can find a way to get back to it
Well,
later.
I actually was unable to ever get back to it. I was able to run to Iberia and just run out the clock there.
Oh, that
So I
works
kept
too.
making these jokes that there's just one reckless vampire just kind of hanging out, wondering what he's supposed to be doing. It was mostly just kind of tie him up, so he had to take a longer way to catch up to me.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's another valid strategy of them. Yep, or putting them onto port cities. So then, when the hunt, if you're in Cagliari or somewhere, and the hunters want to try and get to you, if you've layered up the ports and lead there, you can bat them away and do all sorts of stuff. It's loads of things you can do with layers. I think they're kind of a resource that's very sort of underutilized. When Spencer Wolfhart came into the community, he really sort of showed us how we could do it properly.
Yep, Mia's got an escape
Oh,
route now.
nice escape route. That's a good card to get, but at this point, probably don't need the escape route. You just want to kind of just chase down Dracula. Dracula's hurt. You don't want to give him too much time to think and get his whole trail set up again.
Yeah, start to
Just
fade into the background.
just run him down. Suit doesn't have horses, so that's quite good for Dracula. If he is indeed going east.
Yeah, still only 7 Dracula cards in the discard, so 40 out of 40 cards.
So it's 17 Dracula cards left out of the bottom 47. That's
He's got 30 events left in that deck to draw. Not the worst odds, but still, you're sitting around 60% chance to get somewhere in the 60s range to get a Hunter event at night.
it's not really worth it. Huns are in a decent position still. Dracula's very low health. Just chase after him.
Yep.
You just get a couple of hunters on him. That's him gone. He needs to restart his ticket economy though. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
This is good for Dracula. This is buying him time.
Yep. Every one drawn is basically a horse wasted.
Oh, he hasn't gone east.
Yep.
Oh,
720.
now you want to. Yeah, you want to do that at night. You want to search that at night, so they get delayed during the day phase. That's okay. Oh, so that means you can only be as far as 41 then.
Yep. And just chased off the Saboteur. Yeah. So it looks like he went to 20 from 24 to 51.
Yeah, 24, 51, and probably in 41 now. Yeah.
41 or was where was Stewart previously?
He was
Brussels.
in Brussels.
So he could actually have gone to 21 potentially. I doubt it, but he could have.
Things if he's going up into like northern Germany, he's just going to run out of running room because of the coast. He just needs to give himself as much running room as possible.
Yeah.
Or he does something like gets into, say, Naples, for example, feeds and then leaves, and then the hunters don't know which direction he's gone by sea. And even if he's still really low health, he'll have just enough health to land, and that might be enough to run down the clock. I don't think if you're going up into northern eastern Germany, you're just going to get cornered. You're not going to have enough health to leave. He
Looks
might.
like it looks like he's not going to bother healing Van Helsing for a while. He's using him for trading still.
Yeah, I think.
Probably just going to start using him as a trade hub.
Yep. Honestly, that might not be the worst thing to do.
Yeah. It'll take Dracula too long to circle back to finish him off.
Unfortunately for the hunters, Van Helsing's one of the ones with the heavenly host, so that causes some travel. Sort of like movement
He
restrictions.
used up that heavenly host.
Oh, what was I saying? Oh, I misspoke. Fast horses. There we go. Van Helsing's one of the ones. He's got the fast horses, so yeah, hunter movement's a bit more restricted. If Seward had fast horses here, yeah, Drac would be in a lot of trouble. Which is another reason why I feel like Draco should be moving east, because like the one hunter who's furthest forward, he doesn't have horses. I know there's a sense of emergency kicking around, but
Yeah, probably also try to avoid rail lines if you can.
Yeah.
So you're probably going
Then
from 41 to 44.
probably. Hmm.
Unless he's now trying to overthink it. Oh, he's wolfing.
Well, if he's wolf forming from Nuremberg, that's a pretty good wolf form. But then, if the sense of emergency is on Seward, he could just sense of emergency right on top of 59. That's maybe where Dracula's gone. Unless Dracula's trying to trick him by backtracking.
I don't think he's doing that. Be amazing if he was, but I don't think Wyrmtalon's gonna think of that one. He's probably in the mode of go east, get away from hunters right now.
Well, we're going to find out if he did leave from Nuremberg.
Oh, he hit Nuremberg. He
Oh,
wolf hid.
please. Oh,
I
please
don't.
don't tell me. Was that a... Did he hit that by mistake?
I
Oh,
don't
I
know. I
hope
can't
not.
pull chat to see if he typed it.
Unless it was unless it
Gyro.
was meant as a bluff.
Yeah, I have told him about that before, but I always warn him it's not the best idea. Like I said, I tried to do a wolf form Haydn Cagliari, but the game itself just would not let me.
Oh, he misclicked it. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh damn. It happens to us all. At
Yeah.
least once. Don't feel bad. It won't time if you watch this. Don't feel bad about it. But yeah, it happens. You just gotta be so careful about it.
Yeah. Even I'm like supremely careful, or like I try to hide just so I know I won't accidentally do it. Well, he does have that reckless vampire acting as a bit of a bodyguard, so maybe that might weaken Goleming a bit for him.
Yeah, and he might be able to get a couple of Fang attacks in, and then a couple of points. So even if he does lose in this combat here, you know, he's added a little bit of influence.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's just not drawing it. No, maybe he knew he was going to dodge. He's on 3 health. So yeah, just a Heavenly Host or a Knife will kill him. So if he's against 2 hunters, that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah. I think we're witnessing the game ending.
Mm, yeah, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I think it might well be.
Yeah. Honestly, if he hadn't done that, I'm sure he could have brought this back at least a fair bit. Maybe a good way into week 3, if nothing else.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's
Oh,
going to at least get
that's
away with
not.
the point.
That's a point. And then if Seward comes in, that might well be another one. Seward's very. No, who's undersupplied? There's somebody who's undersupplied.
Oh, he also had bats when he hid, so. Oh, wait, no, that
Oh
would.
no, Seward's supplied up again. Oh, Mina could fast horse there too. Yeah, this could be a 3v1.
Yeah, this is just going to go out of control on Worm now.
Yeah, this could.
He's
Yeah,
going to
this
just
is.
try to take as many points as he can with him.
But that's completely fair enough. I mean, he will. If Mina gets into the fight, she's got the escape route, so he won't be able to get any Fang attacks onto Mina, but might be able to get one here onto Seward. Oh, good crucifix.
Yeah.
Kind of want to say that. Oh, I mean, oh, look at Seward. He's got four combat items. He is
Stewart's got a one-man
stacked.
army.
He is stacked. So actually, him revealing the crucifix isn't a problem because he's got so much firepower. He's not going to use it in the final fight anyway.
Yeah.
Gyro never change. I wouldn't be surprised if just Seward plays a knife here just to stop him from getting another point, and like, who cares about the final fight? Seward can just play whatever he wants, and I think Dracula's going to die anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, give it a go. Oh, dodged it.
I thought he was just gonna do the punch on the vampire just because.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 1 health. Punch deals 1 damage.
I suppose he feared the reckless vampire fanging and then getting more health back, and giving away another point.
Yeah.
Oh!
And there's the escape.
Brutal. So yeah, no points there. Let's see if Mina can get into the fight. She might roll slow, but even if she gets it, it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yep.
I assume with Van Helsing, not Van Helsing, Seward and Godalming, it's still enough to kill Dracula.
And he's
He was
horsing too. He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, this is over. He'll try to ambush the vampire just because, but there's the escape
Yeah,
route.
I know it. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's the right thing to do.
Nothing to lose.
No, nothing to lose. Wolf forming from Nuremberg was the right play.
It's just the interface got him.
Yeah, that's a real shame.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what they do. They're going to finish him round 1.
Yeah, they can all just play whatever they want.
Yeah.
Well, aggressive stuff. And even if he breaks one weapon, who cares?
Yeah. Honestly, the only real thing I can think to do for Dracula is just try to bite Stewart because you know he has the Heavenly Host.
Yeah, and
if nothing else, punish the greed.
I mean, to be
okay, Gyro, you don't have to rub it in so much. Yep, there's the fangs.
Yep, there's the fangs.
It didn't go for the greedy option.
Even if he'd managed to fang Seward out of the fight, he doesn't get any points for it, unfortunately, and the other two would probably be able to finish him off. Oh, yeah, he did have a knife after all the time. Oh, well, GG. Yeah, followed by the misclick. But to be fair, there was a lot of stuff building up to that, so it wasn't just the misclick.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think Wyrmtalon was going to turn it around, but he definitely would have lasted longer if that wolf form hide didn't get him in the end.
I never know, hunters might panic, because they'd use the renewed vigor, they'd use the consecrated ground, and they might, potentially just panic under that situation, and Dracula might be able to pull out a win. You never know.
I believe it was an Influence 2 game.
It was. Got a couple points, so that's alright. And, yeah. Good effort, Wyrmtalon. It's a learning curve, but definitely, as tournament organizer, I really appreciate, new players coming in and giving it a go. So, don't be too disheartened about it. And, a good win for Captain Gyro. You'll be happy with that.
Well, like I said, I haven't really seen Gyro play myself, but Worm definitely was playing as I was expecting him to. He definitely has a way to go, but he was getting an idea what to do at least. He's getting better at it.
Absolutely. It takes a little bit of time. I don't know. Has he got another game this week? Has he got a hunter game this week, or was that his only one? And then
I think
he's
that's his
got
only
two
one
next
this week as well. I think we both had one game this week ourselves.
Ah, okay. We just had the draw happen then. Okay, so then it means then Wyrmtalon's got a little bit. If he wants to do a practice game this weekend, he's
yeah. He actually did a practice game against you recently.
Was it against me?
Yep.
Oh, I think it was. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, possibly. I've got terrible memory for games now. Oh well. It's been nice talking with you. Hopefully we can do it again soon at some point in the tournament. But obviously your own games are your focus, so
Yep.
good luck for those. I
Yep,
hope
I
they all
got
go
my
well.
first one against Humperdinck tomorrow. I'll be recording that one as well.
That'll be great to see from your perspective. I'll tune
Wow.
in and I'll do mine up.
Wyrmtalon was trying to go to Hamburg and then go to England. That was his plan.
Oh, well, I mean, to be fair, it's yeah. Even though the CG was in Edinburgh, he might be able to do it. Hunters
Uh,
again might have panicked and overcommitted or undercommitted.
yeah,
It's been tricky with the low health, but he might be able to run out the clock. Very possibly. We'll never know.
yeah. We can look at a number of what ifs, but we can only talk about what happened, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
Uh,
That's the
Honestly, I thought he was
best
going
thing
to
to
try
say.
and make a dash for the castle to heal up, just like you thought.
Hmm.
Because Wyrmtalon would have thrown both of us off, it looks like. At least
Mhm.
until he sailed.
Well, yeah, that's the problem with that play. It would have been revealed very quickly where he'd gone with the wolf form. Because there's only, from Nuremberg, there's only Venice or Marseille. I think Genoa might be. But, it's either on the south coast or it'd be Hamburg. But then Gyro just checks all the ports. Um, and it would narrow it down. And as he's at sea, it'd give him time to supply up again as well.
And he would have had to, and as Wyrmtalon said, he would have had to heal before he even left. So
Yeah,
once
absolutely.
he gets to England, he's kind of cornered again.
Um, I don't know from your side, Matt King, if you've stopped your recording or not, but I'll stop
Yeah,
mine.
I'll be cutting off now too. So thanks for helping me recording this.
Oh, no worries. Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. All right.